welcome to another edition of Access Central TV. I'm Andy Hersman, the host of the show, and today I got a cool guest, and his name's Justin. Hi, Justin.
Yes. What's going on, Andy?
Nice to have you on the show.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
And basically, we're video game nuts. So
oh yeah, I love video games.
That's why I have Justin on, because I like to build gaming computers.
PC is the best.
PC, yeah.
Yep,
so
PC's awesome.
You know, and it's fun to put all the high tech gadgets in there, and graphics cards and whatnot. And then, of course, playing the games is really what it's all about.
Oh yeah. And there's so many new games out there that we got to talk about it.
Right. So that's why I have my friend in here, Justin, on.
Yes.
So tell us what type of games, first of all, are there? And
so the biggest game right now, I would say, that's being played is Overwatch. It's a first-person shooter-esque game with characters. So basically, instead of classes, there's heroes and characters you pick.
Oh.
And each character or hero has different abilities. So there's one character named Genji who's like a ninja. So he throws shurikens, he has a sword, he can deflect bullets.
Ouch.
There's another character named Diva who has a mech. And she flies around in the mech, and then when she gets killed, she gets out of her mech and she just has a pistol.
So she doesn't really get killed, the mech gets killed.
Right, the mech gets killed, and then you have to kill her once she gets out of the mech.
Wow, so she has like a double life.
Yep, basically she has a double life.
All right.
There's like a cowboy character named Lone Star. There's a character named, there's just so many characters. There's one Reinhardt who has a shield and he has a hammer that you
And you can play this online? Or
it's online.
Wow.
Yep, it's on PC, Xbox, and PlayStation right now, and
that's crazy.
Yeah, it's being played by so many people, and it's cool. It's a really cool game.
So that's wow. All right, and well, there's so many games you could play online.
Oh yeah.
Right. So how do oh man, I don't even know what. I mean, you can list like all the different games that people are play online, and it's amazing because. Do they usually hop around from game to game, or do they usually stick with one game? Or
it kind of depends. Like for me, I'm the kind of hop around gamer.
Okay.
Where I'll say, okay, this game looks good when we play this for a little bit, and then change. Okay. But I do know some people who like to stick with the same game. So like I know some people who just solely play like Dota, and that's all they play.
Really?
But to me, that gets a little boring though, because you're playing the same game.
Yeah. What's the incentive for playing the same game? Is there
just because some people want to get like max level, some people go to tournaments and try to win money for it. Like there's a game, real money. Yeah, there's a game called Super Smash Bros. Melee actually, and there's a tournament coming up in Vegas actually.
Wow.
And it's called Evo, and the prize pool is over like $10,000. So some people who play Melee just play that game. They don't play anything else.
That's incredible.
Yep, and they play for like 5 years just trying to grind and get better. But
so if you're a professional game player, you can actually almost
make a lot of money. If you're really good, like it's rare that you'll get that good, but if you can get that good, you can make so much money.
So it's like any other sport, like if you're a good golf player.
Yeah, and what's funny about that too is there's actually like professional teams that will sponsor you, like any team. So like there's this one player, let's just say, he will get sponsored by this team named TSM.
Okay.
And TSM has a bunch of players from Counter-Strike, League of Legends, Smash Brothers, and if you're on that team, they'll pay you a salary, just like anything else.
That's incredible.
Not only will you get money for going to the tournament, but you'll get a salary. And most of those guys have YouTube channels or Twitch channels.
Right.
So they make so much money just off of that because people subscribe to them, donate to them.
See, so people actually watch other people play video games.
Yep. Isn't that amazing how that works?
So they're so lazy they don't want to play. They just want to watch.
Well, a thing about Melee though is because the game is so hard to play.
Okay.
Like for me, like just seeing what those guys do is incredible.
So you can learn from it then.
Yeah, you literally just watch them play.
Well, people watch sports, so what's the difference?
Yeah, it's exactly like people say you go outside, play basketball, watch it. So it's kind of the similar thing.
I didn't know you could actually make a living playing video games.
Yeah, especially like what's crazy too is that a lot of professional athletes in other sports like basketball, like Shaquille O'Neal actually owns an esports team. So he owns one of those teams and will hire people.
So that's how big it is.
Yeah, that's how big it is, and
wow.
investors are getting into it. And
that's amazing.
And what's crazy too is I didn't even realize this until about a few weeks ago, but ESPN on their network, they're actually showing these tournaments. So when Evo's coming up for the game Street Fighter, they're actually going to be airing on ESPN2 Street Fighter. Isn't that crazy?
Amazing.
Like, I can't believe we're at this point. That's how big
it's only growing, right? It keeps getting more
and
more people getting into
every
it.
single year the amount of people who are entering these tournaments is only going up. So.
Wow. But those are only certain games though, right?
Only certain games. Not every game is esports.
So what's a good game? What makes a game worthy of being
an esport?
Yeah. I mean,
well, the thing is, what makes a game an esport is usually it's very competitive based, and there's a huge skill set.
Okay.
So a game like Dota, right?
Yeah.
There's a difference between someone who plays hours and hours a day on Dota, training, grinding up, versus the casual player who just logs in and plays a few hours.
Right. Okay.
And there's actual strategy and stuff like that. So games like that tend to be esports. And the game that we've been playing, actually, Rocket League, we played the other day. That's actually starting to become an esports because it's a skill-based game.
That's a lot of fun.
Rocket League is so good.
Yeah, it could be addicting because you finish a game and you don't have enough. You want to play another one.
Yeah, because once you get that first win, you want to keep going.
Yeah, it's exciting because you can do all kinds of crazy acrobatics, and it does take a lot of skill.
It does. Because when you boost up into the air and then you jump into the ball and then you get the goal.
Yeah.
Not every player knows how to do that. So that's why that would be considered an esport because there's a certain skill set that you need to involve in that. And
it's fun though. It's interesting.
Yep.
So there are regular sport games.
There are
like hockey and basketball. Now, are they part of any tournaments? Or
some of them are.
Really?
Believe it or not, actually, yesterday.
Yeah.
One of the Premier League teams actually now sponsors a FIFA player. So he's
a real FIFA player?
Yeah, he's on that team, but he's not actually playing soccer. They're paying him to play FIFA.
Wow.
So I think it's Manchester United. I could be wrong.
Okay.
But basically Manchester United, they have their soccer team, and then they hired this one guy to play FIFA for them, which is crazy.
Okay.
So whenever he goes to tournaments, he has to play Manchester United because he's sponsored by them.
Wow.
So it's really interesting how that's working.
Yeah.
But,
all right.
I don't know if Madden's going to be doing that soon. I know EA's been trying to push that scene. The Madden scene, because that game's been around for years and people have been playing Madden. Everyone wants the new Madden and, and all that. But
so those type of games are really graphic intensive and fast paced and all that. Now there are other games too, right? Like slower paced, and more strategy. Like some of them are puzzle based, and some of them are more like adventure. You go, try walk around and find things and do stuff. Now, those things, you can't make money playing those, can you?
Not really. Yeah, not really. There's only a certain amount of type of those games that you actually can. Like now everyone wants to see the action games. The games that are really fast paced. Because now in 2016, we've actually been seeing an increase of amount of fast paced games.
Okay.
When in the 2007 era it was slower. So, for example, Halo 3 was a very slow-paced game, but it was a competitive game at the same time.
Okay.
Now in 2016, you look at Halo 5, it's night and day because it's so fast. Because everyone wants to see a game where players move around quickly, reload quickly.
Okay.
Because the attention span, we're the microwave generation. They want things now.
Well, yeah, because you called Halo 3 slow-paced.
Right.
I played that game, and I tell you, when I had my Xbox 360, and to me,
yeah, I play that game all the time too. And
but
when
to me,
I
it was fast-paced.
And now you play Halo 5, it's oh my god,
it's even faster.
It's even faster because now there's these abilities, you sprint. And
I don't know if I could take that.
It's crazy. I used to be so good at Halo 3, but now Halo 5, it's so hard because. Really? I'm still trying to adjust to these faster games. Basically Counter-Strike started this whole kind of trend. Counter-Strike Go with all this.
So every time a new innovative game comes out, and everybody tries to copy them, right? Is that kind of how it works?
Kind of.
Yeah, everyone Counter-Strike comes out, and then everybody's trying to copy that type of game.
Mm-hmm. And for a while, Call of Duty. When Call of Duty was big,
right.
Everyone tried to copy Call of Duty.
So I remember when Command and Conquer came out, and then everybody came out with those real-time strategy games. And now they're just kind of faded out. I don't see too many of those anymore.
Yeah, and that's a shame because that's such a good genre of games.
Well, at first I really liked it, and then I realized it's almost a way to cheat with those things because, people, once you understand how to build things in what order, and, and it kind of ruins it because I don't know if it's called really cheating, but there's certain ways you can play better just by knowing a certain pattern or whatever.
Yeah, and then like there's a certain algorithm.
Right.
Eventually at those levels that you do the algorithm. And
right. So after a while, it's no fun anymore because the people who know those those sequences of doing things or they have an advantage, and so I would see why that would die out. But the faster paced games though. Those are fun because they actually do require skill.
Oh, yeah.
And they're never the same game twice.
No,
like
never.
The adventure games, you always end up in the same goal.
Same spot no matter what.
Right.
You play Zelda, you're going to get to the water temple
so I can see why you wouldn't make money with that because it's like anybody can get to the end sooner or later.
Right, exactly.
But with the, the faster paced games where you need actual skill.
And like you said, every game is different. Just kind of like a real sport. It's the same game, but the way it plays out each time is different.
Well, you got to have good hand-eye coordination. You got to have good reflexes.
Oh, yeah.
All that stuff. So if somebody who's watching this doesn't know what the hell we're talking about, right? I mean, how would they get started? I mean, what do you recommend? What type of rig should they get? What kind of games should they buy?
Well, first, if you want to start like watching these things, just go to Twitch. Twitch, you go to the front page of Twitch, they stream this all the time.
That's incredible.
Like every week there's a Smash Brothers tournament. Every week there's the Counter-Strike tournament.
Wow.
It's crazy how now every week somebody's streaming, and that means another broadcast is happening.
Yeah.
And that actually means more jobs too.
It blows me away because I go on YouTube and there's this one channel where they actually show you the highlights.
Yep.
Of certain games.
Yeah.
And people send in their biggest moments, their clips, and he edits them all together, and it's like watching SportsCenter.
Yeah, watching top 10 plays on SportsCenter.
Right, and it's and I can see why people would watch that. It's exciting, So anyway, so you can watch the games. But if you really wanted to get into them, like what do you recommend? What do you?
Kind of depends. Like for most of these games, they're all computer based, so you need to get a PC. Like that's just what it is. But there are some games like I was saying, Super Smash Bros. Melee.
Yeah.
They play that. We've talked about this before, but for the people who don't know, they play that because the game is old. They play it on a CRT. Like a really old TV.
Wow.
Yeah. So because on an HD TV, it's laggy. So you could actually, if you are really into the game, you see these streams like, oh, I want to get into that. You can play the game for less than $70 because all you need is an old TV, which you get for like $5 off the street or free off the street.
Yeah, everyone's throwing them out.
Yep,
yeah.
The game, which is so cheap now.
Right.
And just a controller. And that's like probably $70, $60. So
what kind of computer do you need to play though? Because you can't just take your old business machine and play.
Yeah, you need to get there's always the custom-made machine, like we always talk about.
Yeah, those are fun, but
with good graphics cards.
But if you're just starting out and you just want to get on.
Honestly, HP has a lot of good gaming PCs, believe it or not. Yeah.
So you can go to the HP and they have actual gaming computers.
Yeah, and they actually have gaming computers and they can help you, which is cool. We always talked about Micro Center.
Yes.
Micro Center, you go there and then you say, hey, I want a gaming PC, and they can help you actually guide.
Well, yeah, that's what I did because I know how to build them, but. Even if I would recommend if you want to, if you'd like to tinker, and it's not hard to build one.
It's not.
You take all the pieces.
And there's so many tutorials on YouTube.
Yeah, I mean exactly, but it's not like it's you don't need to be like a brain surgeon to do this. It's like all the pieces go together. Like only one way, so you can't do it wrong. And it's fun, you can they snap them together. You don't even need tools. There's no soldering or anything.
No soldering.
You need maybe a screwdriver and that's about it.
And that's it. Yeah, the pieces just snap together. You plug it in,
and hopefully it'll work, right? 9 times out of 10.
9 times out of 10.
But no, it's great.
It's fun.
So once you have your computer now. In my day, we used to go out to the store and buy DVD, ROMs for the games.
Yep.
But now
it's digital.
Everything's digital.
Now you go on Steam or Origin or GOG, and then you click download, and then you just have the game.
They have
it's right there.
All the games that you could imagine.
You don't even need to basically go to the store anymore.
That's amazing.
So if you live in the middle of nowhere and and you don't have a store near you, you can just order the game online.
Wow.
And it just automatically downloads to your computer.
That's just amazing.
It's crazy how.
So pretty much everything now is online, though. Newspapers and music and movies and now all the video games. So, But it's interesting because, you know, if you can get any game, what I like about it is the fact that once you buy it, it's in your library.
It's yours.
And, you know, like the old days, you know, the DVDs would get scratched or worn out or whatever, or you lose them, or, you know. And now you don't have to worry about that. You know, it's like if there's an old game that you bought a year ago or 2 years ago, and you go, oh, I want to play that again. You know, you don't have to go looking for it. It's it's right there in your library.
And even if, let's just say, you run out of space on your computer, you have to delete the game.
Right.
Your data saves. All you have to do is install it.
Right.
So you don't have to rebuy it, which is great because, you know,
awesome.
you, like you said, nothing happens to the game, but if you run out of space and you don't want it for a little while, delete it and then just reinstall it. It's perfect.
Now, one other thing I want to talk about is the graphics themselves, because I remember that, you know, in the old days, the graphics were just, you know, pixels. Yeah. And now, I mean, they came out with this new card. What is it, the 1080?
Oh, the GTX 1080.
Yeah, now that
the NVIDIA card. Oh,
I mean, it blows everything away.
You know, and it's more times power. I think it's like two or three more times powerful than the old NVIDIA card.
That's
and
crazy.
It's cheaper.
And it's cheaper.
Which
so
is
everything's
amazing.
getting better and better and cheaper, and you know, it just blows me away. I mean, every time I look at these new games, I mean, they're getting more realistic all the time. I mean, it's going to get to the point where you won't even know the difference between reality anymore. You know, that's how good it's going to get.
Oh yeah,
you know,
and it's already starting to get there now. Like 4K gaming is coming up, and the games look incredible.
It really is. It blows me away. So, you know, I mean, it's. I can see where, you know, people spend time on it, but it's not only is it fun though, like you said. I mean, even if you can make some money off of it, that's awesome.
Yeah, because if you're really good, you can, and even like people who like are just decent at these games, but they want to talk about them and post news. People do that too. They have like news channels of just posting what's new in the world of gaming.
That's
and have
amazing.
Tons of subscribers.
That's amazing. You know, and every time I turn around, it just keeps getting better and better, and the new games come out all the time that are, you know, it just blows me away. But if you want, you know, people, would you mind if you gave your gaming tag out, or, you know, if somebody wants to?
So on Steam, my gamer tag is actually Pedro Shank. It's just PEDRO SHANK. So and then anyone who has questions can just message me, and then I can answer them back with some information. And
because it's always fun to, you know, get more people on your friends list and
exactly, and then play games with them and stuff like that.
Right.
Because overall, the community is really good on Steam. So
it's Steam.com or
Steam. Yep, just go Steam.com, and then you can install the application on your desktop.
Oh, it's so easy.
So yeah,
that's amazing. Yeah, it's, you know, so. I would tell people, you know, if you've never done this before,
it's fun.
You might want to give it a try. If you've done it before, or you haven't, you know, you stopped doing it for a while, get back into it, because it's just gotten so much better.
And again, even if you're skeptical, you can watch. Just go on Twitch.tv. That's the site, Twitch.tv, and just go on there and just watch. It's free, totally free to watch these things.
That's amazing. That sounds like fun to me.
And now ESPN is playing these things too.
It's just amazing. Yeah, it's just growing all the time, you know.
Yeah.
Well, I guess, you know, I want to thank you for being on the show.
Oh, sure.
Because it's
a lot of
running
fun.
out of time. But, yeah, you know, thanks again, everybody, for watching Access Central. I appreciate your time watching this. And, you know, next week we'll have another show. Who knows what the topic will be, but but at least we try to keep it interesting here. So, by the way, you can always call us 631-440-6012. And, you know, it's an answer machine. You can leave a message, and we can give you more information that way also. So, thanks again for watching. Till next week, have a good evening. Yay.
Access Central TV.
Hi, it's Bud Dickman from the world-famous Phil Erie Show. You're watching Access Central TV.